Welcome, everyone, to the Lansing Catholic Podcast. My name is Father Joe. I'm the chaplain here. Chris Stolpa is late, so we are starting without him. In the studio today, I've got Adam Collom, one of our seniors. So you just had your theology exam. Do you have any left?
No, I'm done.
You are fully complete with high school.
Yeah.
So the very first thing you did after graduating is be on the podcast.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
Well, what an honor. What was your hardest exam?
Probably theology, to be honest, because my other one was psychology, so that was basically just a semester exam, so that was pretty easy.
Yeah, who teaches that? Is it Glomsky?
Yeah, Miss Glomsky.
Okay, I took psychology in high school as well. Mrs. Jobst, way back in the day. That would have been 2008, I think, my junior year. Her son is about to be ordained a priest this year.
Yeah.
Did you know we have 7 guys getting ordained to the priesthood?
Yep, he's at St. Martha right now.
Oh, really? So you know him?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Jack.
great. Jack Jobst. I knew him when he was a little kid, and now he's going to be a priest. So when I was ordained a priest, Father Ed Freedy was one of the priests who vested me. So usually you'll pick a few guys to like put the vestments on you the first time. It's kind of like a symbolic thing to honor them. Well, he baptized me as an infant, and there he was putting vestments on me as a priest. So he said that made him feel a little old.
Yeah.
What are your plans for the summer?
Not really too much. I mean, obviously my dad's going to be going to D.C. back to school.
Oh, yeah. Tell our listeners about that. What's happening with your dad?
So he's going to study canon law out in D.C., and he wants to work downtown for the diocese. And so he's going to try and hopefully get all his classes done down there. And we're definitely going to take a trip to visit him, too. So that'll be really fun.
So Adam's dad is a deacon for the Catholic Church, Deacon Jim Collom. And canon law is basically like church law. So every single chancery, that's like the diocesan office, they have a couple of canon lawyers that handle primarily marriage cases, so annulments and all that, but also other things that can come up, a parish closing or merging. There's canon law involved in just about every aspect of church life. So your dad's going off to study that. And how long will his program be, do you know?
I think it's till, I know it's definitely through July. I think it might be to the end of July, maybe early August. I'm not entirely sure, but I know he leaves in June, so.
And it'll be 4 summers of that?
Yes,
Something
I believe
like
so,
that.
yeah.
Well, what a sacrifice that he's like moving away from all you guys for the summer.
Yeah.
Going to be off in D.C. It's not exactly the most pleasant place in the summer. It's super hot out there. My brother lived out there for, I think, 3 years, and he used to go on a run and had to kind of stop doing it because he was just getting so overheated. It was he's like, I'm not sure this is safe.
Yeah.
Well, so he'll be off in D.C. You might go out and visit him a few times. And what are your plans for next year?
I'm going to be going to LCC to, kind of just get my like general credits done and hopefully pursue communications. So
okay, very good. So you have done a whole lot of commentating for sporting events here at Lansing Catholic over the years. When did you first start doing that? So
it would have been sophomore year. It would have been I was actually taking broadcasting class, ironically as an elective, and Mr. Hintz, the former athletic director at the time, said, "Hey, we need a couple of like cameramen to do the football games and like kind of do the camera operating." So I thought, well, that'd be kind of an interesting opportunity. And I basically just kind of worked that game. It was against Waverly, I remember, and we unfortunately lost. But still, getting that experience was really cool. And I'd kind of stayed up there most of that. And then the next game, I was kind of in the booth just randomly, and I met Jake Rietma, who kind of really inspired me to really pursue my love and pursue my career. And
are you on air?
Well, yeah, we're already talking.
What do you mean talking?
He's just telling stories. We're just getting warmed up.
Yeah, right. You've been recording. What'd you tell him, Bobby?
We're just telling stories. He was telling about how he got into broadcasting.
Some people have work to do. They can't just come whenever they want. You want to test my mic now?
I already tested it.
All right.
So,
obviously, I'm here now.
Stolpa's here now.
And I'm Mr. Stolpa, Dean of Intellectual Formation.
Do we need to start over? We're just going to keep going.
We're going to keep going.
Okay. Well, Adam, keep going. You were telling about how you got.
How long have you been recording, Adam?
I have no idea. Probably 5-ish minutes, 10 minutes.
Well, what I missed? Recap for me.
So I was basically going into my story of how I kind of got into broadcasting and really like fell in and wanted myself, I guess, to pursue it. And so I was kind of telling Father Joe about how I got offered to go and basically work the camera. It was my sophomore year, and I was taking broadcasting then. And so I'd kind of done the camera work for a game, and then I kind of ventured my way down into the booth just to kind of see what it was like down there.
Did you start talking on the camera beforehand, like giving
No.
some boom,
Nope.
some sound effects? And
Nope.
They said, "Who's that guy with the silvery voice?"
So I had met Jake Rietma, who's now down broadcasting in Dallas for 105.3 The Fan. He used to live in Detroit, but so he would do the varsity games then at the time. So he obviously got his new opportunity, and then that kind of left me in a hole. Junior year, there was someone else that did it, and he was just kind of boring and kind of bland.
Wow. Might have to edit that part out.
And
Is his name Father Joe?
no, not at all. But
I did commentate a few softball games over the years.
Did you really?
Yeah. Because I had nobody there. I was like, I'll go do it. I know these girls' names, so I went up there and did it.
Oh, so like it's an official one? You weren't just
Yeah, I was a real game.
sitting behind the
referee.
swinging a mess.
It wasn't like a playoff game or anything, but I was up in the booth, like talking into the microphone.
I thought maybe you were just in the dugout narrating, and everyone's like, "Tell that guy to be quiet," but we can't because he's
Next
a
up
priest.
to swing is Miss Taylor Dunneback. Like,
Dunneback. And go ahead, Adam.
So my junior year is when I really started I made my first appearance on air against Olivet. I'm pretty sure. I think that's still up there, but I'm not entirely sure. And I was kind of nervous at the time, but I definitely was looking forward to it. And then obviously senior year had come. The guy who did the broadcasting work junior year for football had left and didn't really know why he wanted to come back. He never really said. So that kind of left a position open for me, and I just kind of took my opportunity and I really wanted to do it. So I went to Mr. Goodrich in the winter and asked him kind of, hey, can I do this? And he was like, yeah, go for it. Like, it needs a lot of work. And he basically said I could trust him, and yeah, it was, and I just kind of took over from there.
Are you more of a play-by-play guy or a color commentator?
I was play-by-play all of senior year for football, and then obviously right now I'm kind of just doing public address for baseball, and then softball, and then kind of sometimes lacrosse as well. So.
And you were there for soccer the other night too.
Yeah, soccer senior night. I did the.
Not a whole lot goes on in soccer games.
No. It's
sometimes
kind of boring.
someone scores, and sometimes they pass backwards
Yeah.
too.
They're going to offend all of our soccer listeners.
No, they know it.
Like
They
that.
know it. You consider, like, I love golf, and I also am aware that golf is a really boring sport to watch for those who don't play. But everyone knows soccer is really boring.
Well, the golf commentators crack me up because they all speak in very hushed tones.
Well, they don't want to scare each other.
Well, as if they're even going to hear them. Like, they're on TV. They're in a separate space. But they're
Well, look, you're not going to have Dick Vitale announce golf. That is just not the way to go.
Well, Adam, a big part of my job is to be on the sidelines of games here over the years. And the first time
Really?
I watched...
Do you think that's a big part of your job? Like when the bishop called you, they said, Father, we really want you to go and be the chaplain. And the big part of the job is being on the sidelines.
Anyways, part of my job is
Okay,
being
there
on
we
the
go.
sidelines. And the
Word
first time
choice
I
is
watched...
important, Adam.
The first time I watched a live stream with you commentating, I was like, this is great. This is almost more entertaining than being on the sidelines of these games because every single play, you'd be like, oh, and he passed it and he gets the touchdown. Like, you would just go nuts. And it was great. So you've certainly done a great job taking up the commentator role over the years here. You're going to be missed.
So obviously I missed the beginning part, Adam. Are you going somewhere next year to do this?
Yeah, so I'm going to be going to LCC to just kind of get my general credits out of the way and hopefully pursue communications. So,
Okay, and then
yeah.
do you have a long-term goal of being a radio guy, a TV guy, or just a guy?
I'm not really too sure yet. I just kind of want to really explore and see where the world kind of takes me. I'd really be happy to do both, so either radio or TV.
And do you think it's sports, or do you think it's music, like a disc jockey?
Definitely sports.
Okay.
Now, when you're commentating a game, do you have to kind of make like a mental shift to get in the zone because like at school, you're just like a very calm, polite young guy. And then behind the microphone, it's like this whole persona comes out. Is that something you have to do on purpose or just naturally comes?
I think it's a little bit of both. I think, definitely some people are better at it than others. And yeah, like you have to have a lot of emotion, and you also have to, kind of keep your composure if your team's, falling away or whatever, making bad plays or whatever. So
started criticizing them from the beginning.
Yeah, that's something.
Oh, how could you drop that?
He's going to be looking for a new position next week.
Yeah, it's something you really can't do, unfortunately. So yeah.
Do you have a nickname worked up yet? Because I have one for you. It's Adam Collom, like I see him.
Oh,
that's pretty good.
Remember that,
Mr.
everybody.
Stolpa is very proud of himself right now.
Well, I zoned out for the past 5 minutes trying to think of something good. Because obviously it can't be Mad Dog Adam Collom. That's probably taken. But what's going on next week, Father?
I didn't even talk about that.
Sorry, Adam. Now we have to take a break.
Yeah.
But if you think of anything that's going on next week, you won't be here. What are you doing next week, Adam? You'll be a high school grad next week.
Yeah, I will probably be working. So
where are you working?
Potter Park Zoo right now.
Oh, that's your fleece.
Yeah.
Are you going to announce the animals on parade?
No, I don't think I have any plans to do that. But
next up, Harambe the gorilla.
Not the dead animals.
No, they named it after him.
Wait, they have a gorilla named Harambe at Potter Park?
I'm just making stuff up. What are you actually going to be doing at the zoo? I'm curious.
Selling tickets, admissions, and then also I deal with mobility as well. So like selling people like scooters and wheelchairs and stuff for people that are either can't physically walk or just have an injury or something like that.
If Father Joe showed up and you were working the gate, would you allow him to go in for free? Oh, geez, Father, he said no.
I don't want to get him in trouble. Would you give me a free scooter ride?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Okay. What? That's probably more expensive.
Have you even been to Potter Park Zoo?
I have. I went there with my child.
See, I don't have kids, so I have not gone.
It's not a very good zoo.
Well,
I went there one time and there were no animals.
But now I have the promise of a free scooter ride, so maybe
that's the only way to see anything. I've been to a lot of zoos in my day, and by far the worst is the Phillips Park Zoo in Illinois. But Potter Park is up there. Also, I'm sorry we just lost that sponsorship. What's going on next week, Father?
Well, first of all, Monday, we have the Father Mac dinner. Tell us about the Father Mac dinner, Mr. Stolpa.
Oh, gosh. We all go, where do we go? The Kellogg Center?
Yes.
And there is fancy, you have to wear a suit.
Yeah.
Father, don't worry about it. You have to wear shoes, closed-toed shoes that day, Father.
No, not my sandals. I wore my sandals and socks yesterday for the first time. I was like, it's officially summer, and you weren't even around to appreciate it.
No, I was for part of the day. But other than that, no, so we all go, and there's it's a nice little convocation. Everyone dresses up, and we're honoring Mr. Doug Moore, who, Father, do you remember, he was our very first podcast guest.
You're right. It's all about the podcast.
Do you think he'll talk about that?
I don't think so.
No, I don't think so either. So
but maybe.
But we're good. Yeah, we both kind of have little speaking parts there, Father, and then it's good. And then we get to go and eat some free food.
So if anybody wants information for it, I know this episode will drop the day of, but it won't be too late if you're listening the day it drops. You can go to the website, lansingcatholic.org. It's right on the homepage. All the details are there.
Are we going to be broadcasting live from the Father Mac dinner?
I don't think so.
You won't be interviewing people?
No, unless you want to.
No, I
could bring you that little handy recorder thing and put it up in their face. Like, hey, say something nice.
Try up the insult comic dog.
Yeah, it's 6 to 9 p.m. on Monday, May 19th. But certainly a good night. It'll be a fun evening for everybody. So that's Monday. Anything on Tuesday?
No, we've got a lot of makeup award or makeup AP exams, but don't worry about these. Other than that, it's kind of that week after the seniors go is always just like quiet. There's a quarter of the population's not here.
On Thursday, May 22nd, we'll have our Adore Adoration Night. It's a slight change in schedule. You probably might have thought it was Wednesday, but we moved it to Thursday because of a track meet. So that'll be Thursday the 22nd at 6 p.m. And we will be serving pizza for dinner.
What kind of pizza?
We have, the usual pepperoni, cheese.
Is it like Jets or Little Caesars?
Oh, no, it's just Cottage Inn. Same pizza we have all the time. We have like a deal with them, so they give us a discount.
Oh, do we know them? Do they want to sponsor us?
I think they're already sponsoring us by giving us a discount on the pizza.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Thank you, Cottage Inn.
Yes, thank you. I don't see anything on Thursday, just on the
I don't
regular
see
day.
anything total, yeah.
And then Friday, just a regular day. We've got Adoration and Confession all day. Oh, I think that's this is not school related at all, but that is opening night for the Mission Impossible movie, which I have on my calendar.
Are you fully caught up on the Mission Impossible movies?
Yes. So during the COVID lockdown, that was one of the things we did at the St. Pat's Rectory is we slowly watched all the Mission Impossible movies.
I grew up, whenever we grew up, and I loved the first Mission Impossible. The one with John Voight and with all the other people that Emilio Estevez makes an appearance at one point and he gets crushed. But and then so a couple years ago I was like, I'm going to watch these because I missed them all. And so then I watched the second one and it was terrible. And I almost stopped watching it. But then the third got a little better and the fourth is really good.
Yeah.
I don't remember any of them are called.
No.
But
there's a lot of
I
them.
stopped at the fourth, but I need to watch the rest.
It's a good franchise.
So you will be at that movie, Father.
I will be there, going out to Brighton to watch it with a couple of priest buddies.
Are you going to dress like Tom Cruise? Just lose a few inches and then...
Yeah, he's really short.
He's very short.
So one of those movies was filmed, part of it was filmed in Rome, and it was right around the time that I was studying abroad in Rome. So there's a picture of Tom Cruise with our house director guy, who's kind of tall, and it made you realize how short Tom Cruise actually is. He's like 5'5" or something.
It's like going to the Wax Museum.
Yep.
That's about it, Father.
Yeah, Monday's Memorial Day, the 26th, so don't come to school on Monday.
Oh, we're getting ahead of ourselves.
Yeah, that's next week. Just a little heads up on that.
On Memorial Day?
Yep.
It's coming up right around the corner. Really snuck up on you.
So we kind of already did the interview of Adam. Is there anything else we should say now? We did this whole episode out of order.
Yeah. Well, you started without me.
That's because you were late.
Well, it's true. Adam, do you have anything else? Do you have any closing comments? Do your signature sign-off.
I don't really have a signature sign off, to be honest.
Yet.
I mean,
I don't have one yet.
Yeah, that's true. But yeah, I mean, it's been a really good ride. I definitely want to thank Mr. Goodrich for giving me all the opportunities in the world to, kind of do all the sports and be a part of so many events that I really never thought would be possible. And just thank you really to the school for letting me do what I did, to be honest.
Well, thank you, Adam. We appreciate all your work because you put a lot of time into all these various sporting events. So we really appreciate it. It adds a lot of fun and flavor to those events. So great work. Wish you all the best in the years to come. Don't be a stranger. Maybe someday you can come back up there and just we'll hear your voice once again coming from the booth.
You made what is considered a big part of Father's job easier because you were there, Adam.
Exactly.
Let's end it. Let's get out of here.
Okay. Thanks for listening, everybody. Be sure to tune in next week for all the latest at Lansing Catholic. I'm Father Joe.
I'm Mr. Stolpa.
And I'm Adam Collom.
We'll see you next time.
Collom,
I meant to
I can see
say,
him.
I was listening to a radio broadcast that I'm not going to name because I don't want to
They mentioned
make
us?
people think anything about that. But it was a professional radio show, and the way they signed
That's what people think when they hear this.
is she said, "We'll see you next time." So I was like, "Thank you." I'm not the only one that says "We'll see you," even though they're only listening. See, that's the part that some people take issue with. But this professional radio show, they said the same thing. So now I feel completely justified.
That's some spurious logic. Thanks, Adam.
Yep.
Hey,